Okay, so we got ourselves a day, right? It's going to be Thursday, and it's going to be the 13th of March. We're going to deal with that in a second because I was supposed to say something witty right here to get you to watch the rest of the video, and I got just a thing. This is the worm moon. It's when the worms start coming out of the ground, right? We've already seen some of the migratory birds, red-winged blackbirds. I've got the robins out there, so things are happening, right? It's becoming spring, and you got the right spot. You want some astrology? Here we go. Hey, everybody. Shane here with daily-astrocat.com, and I am here to let you know that I like you. First of all, I do like you. Second of all, this is your place for all things astrological. We're not trying to push an agenda here. We're just trying to spread some love, right? There's the chimes. Got a purr for you. And we got a Bella. So let's spread some love here on the 13th of March. So we have the moon very, very, very close to full in Virgo. Like so close that it's going to be full, right around, it's going to be full in California at probably about 11:25. 11:55, I'm sorry. Right before midnight. Here on the East Coast, we've got some stuff happening. Now, the eclipse is going to be total for the entire United States. So you're going to be able to go out there and see it if you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Around these parts, it's going to actually begin right around 11:57. So right about that midnight point, right where it's starting in California. Yeah. It's going to start, but that moon is actually full at 11:55 in California. It's full, 2:55 here, right? Now, right around that point, when it's maximum fullness, it's going to be at the maximum eclipse, which is pretty cool because it's going to appear all bloody and red, right? Okay, so that's kind of neat. That's a neat thing to have happening. Now, that means that we are here at the beginning of the nodal cycle. We're not going to really get too much into that because I'm going to try to do another show on that very, very soon, like release it as soon as possible. I just got to the point where I've got some of the colors corrected on the videos. So you may see the second part of the Petals of Venus again. I will put it out for the subscribers, and it'll be flagged for you to just enjoy. It's the second part of the Petals of Venus. I love that symmetry, and I think you'll agree with me that it's fascinating, right? It's just something that's really, really nice, and it's an important part of astrology because it's all about cycles. I always talk about the cycles and how there's so many cycles within cycles. You've got not just the yearly cycle, the annual cycle, the bookkeeping cycle, right? There's a zodiacal cycle, which we haven't even started yet. There's the Chinese zodiac, the lunar cycle, that was last month. We've got all sorts of, we've got the planets doing their synodic cycles, and that's what they're called when they're in relationship, going around the sun and all. It's a synodic cycle. So we've got synodic cycles as well. That's SYN, Synodic. Yep, ODIC. And it refers to the rate. Now that Venus, the petals of Venus, that's Venus's synodic cycle. Now, I believe it's in relationship to Earth. That's what makes it synodic. Now, our actions today, right before the eclipse, they're going to mirror our intentions. Now, why are we doing intentions during a culminating full moon? Well, it's because we're at this point where there's a beginning and an ending. We're right at that cusp of Pisces and Aries, right? We've got this moon right there. The nodes are in Pisces, but the moon is in Virgo, which is opposite Pisces, right? Right. So we're coming up to the Aries season. The next solar eclipse will happen with the moon in Aries because there can be within 10 degrees of the node, right? That was my birthday. My birthday was the south node was in Pisces, and there was a solar eclipse in Aries on the day I was born. So that's what we got for you. That's what I got for me. That's my story. I don't know what yours is, but share it. You can share it below, right? I'd love to hear it. So try hard to remember. Okay, think about this. The moon's a culmination at the culmination point of all our creativity, right? We've been building up to this. And now we're going to just put it out there, let it go a little bit, and now we're going to start moving forward and improving. And we improve, and we improve. Holy cow, is this a metaphor for my videos? Okay. I took a week of vacation from work, and I've been spending all my time trying to figure out how to make my videos not look like I'm Casper the Ghost. It took a lot of research to get it that way. I'm not a videographer by any stretch of the imagination, but we have tools at our disposal to be able to do a halfway decent job at it. Now, my issue is that I just can't put in earpods and then record right to the phone, because I like my sound to sound just a little bit better, because that's the part where I come from, is that sound, the sound engineering, the sound design, and the songwriting, the singing, and playing, and all that stuff. Sometimes you'll hear background tracks on the things, or other times I'll post shorts with music on them. Yeah, that's the stuff that I do. That's the stuff that I've done previously. And once I get the space around here, which I'm working on this week, this is the vacation week, not just for the video, but it's also for doing some of the stuff around the house, arranging for it, not really doing it. But that's what we're really working on. Now, culminations. Yeah, we're starting a new chapter, right? Mercury is going to go retrograde on Friday, but don't be afraid of that, okay? I'm telling you right now, don't. I'm going to put out a whole thing after this. I keep on saying I'm going to put out stuff, and I really want to. I got to get on top of this, because I got to get about 2 weeks ahead, so I can get about a month ahead on this stuff. Back probably about a year ago, 2 years ago, I pretty much stayed about a month ahead as far as writing and everything like that. I only recorded the week before because I like it fresh, and I don't like that many files kicking around, and you can really mess it up. And now with the video on the YouTube file, it makes it much more complicated. Before, I was just doing a sound file, and that was one thing. Now, if I haven't lost anybody and you're not bored yet, let's get to some astrology, because we really want to talk about this. We got the lunar eclipse, right? That's a beginning kind of energy, because we've got the shadow of the Earth from the sun shining on it, just blotting out that moon and making that full moon appear like a new moon, right? So we got that energy going forward. We got that new energy. Just as we're starting to come out of into the end of the Pisces season and into the beginning of the Aries season. And this is very important. And stay tuned to my astrology, because this is kind of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with this. And, chances are, look, we embarked on a solo journey back 6 months ago, okay? And we renewed our drive to try to make a difference. Now, whether it fizzled or not over the last 6 months is entirely up to you. I know we've been up against, especially in the United States, we've been up against great odds and great changes and everything. And it's been hard to maintain focus through all that. However, the better we do with it, the better off we are. And now it's a chance for us to feel renewed in that. And now really just try to drive to make a difference in our lives and in the lives of others. Because this moon happens to be in Virgo. And Virgo is analytical, it's good, but it's also a sign associated with the sign of service, right? Healthcare providers. It's stuff like that. It's artists, writers, a lot of different folks, right? Michael Jackson, Beyonce, superstars, megastars, right? Crazy. It just goes to show you that you just can't pigeonhole these things, these signs, or anything like that. What we're really doing is we're looking to differentiate and find the things that resonate with us, because this is how intuitive astrology works. We find what resonates for us, and then we go ahead and we move forward with it, and we incorporate that, and we take what we need, right? Because that's what we need. Now, let's talk about, let's talk about the keyword. Today's keyword is departure. Let's go. We're on a trip, right? On a road trip. Now, how can we be of creative service to humanity? Creative service. Now you're talking. Banksy, murals, right? Oh, of course, right? Those are good. I like that. Perfect. Now, the road before us, how will this affect how we do business? We already mentioned what our blueprint is for that, right? What are our super creative megastars, right? Those folks really knew what they were doing. Now, The road before us is circling around to the north node, right? Yeah, it's going to come back to the north. We're in there. That stellium is there. So we have all this energy that's looking at what it is that we should be doing. And honestly, it's what you should be doing with your life in general, right? What you need to be doing to feel like you're living out your purpose here on this planet. That's a good way to look at it, right? Those evolutionary astrologers, they go much deeper into it than I do. But I can see that, and I can definitely vibe with that as far as what I think it is intuitively, right? Now, that road before us, now we have the goods, now we need to stand up and demonstrate our mastery. Now, I wrote this before, but there were some demonstrations over the weekend for that Women's Day, wasn't there? Sure was. We got all sorts of stuff. Now, are you out of ideas? You got to dig deeper, okay? Assume responsibility for your body of work, your own body of work. Where we heard that before too, right? Let go of the excuses and just make sure you're stepping into the light. And the eclipse starts just before midnight, and it reaches its totality here on the East Coast at about 3:15 in the morning. Adjust for your time. Now, in 1677, here's a bargain for you if I ever heard of one. Massachusetts gains title to Maine for $6,000. Not bad, right? Didn't even have to trade blankets for it, I don't think. And our birth is Percival Lowell. He was born in 1855. He's an American astronomer, and he's the guy that predicted the discovery of Pluto, and he's the founder of the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona. He was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and he died in 1916, and that's all we have for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate and love each and every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry if I'm going a little bit too fast, but there's a lot of things that I need to get done today, tonight, and our keyword is departure. And the color is blood on the moon. Blood on the moon. Blood. Yeah, Bela Lugosi blood. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Today is a 5. Try to understand the energies, and you'll have a much better day, though. Happy astrocatting.